What's up, my friends? This is Tracy Allen, aka the Cremation Lady, and I'm using a different phone because I wanted to share something using my ChatGPT. And my ChatGPT is on my main phone, so I'm really not sure. I think I'm supposed to look dead on in the camera with this phone. I have a tendency to look this way in the other phone because that's where the camera is. So I think I'm looking in the right direction regardless. I'm talking to you, yes, you that are watching this video right now. I want to talk about writing your eulogy. The reason that this popped up for me to talk about today is because I did a Zoom presentation yesterday, and my friend and her mom were on, and my friend was saying that her mom had recently been talking about writing her own eulogy. And I know plenty of people have done that. I promise you, there's a lot of old folks that you talk to, and they're like, hey, I've already written my eulogy. I've already picked out everything that I want and all of this here stuff. So there's a whole lot of people that believe in pre-planning so that their loved ones aren't having to do this when the time comes, right? So I talk to ChatGPT quite often, and I ask a lot of interesting questions, and I share a lot about myself because it is not something where you have to be very rigid in how you communicate with it. And because of the way I communicate, I think it knows me pretty well. And so I want to see what ChatGPT is going to say about me. Like what would it give me as my eulogy? So I'm going to share with you. I'm going to ask it a couple questions, so you get to tune in. I'm down here on the floor, got a lot of things that I'm still working on. I got to put this game thing together that I still haven't done because my friend wasn't able to exercise with me last week, so I shelved it. But now I've got all these pieces everywhere that I got to put together, and it's hot. And so if you hear some noise in the background, that's my fan keeping me a little bit cool. So hopefully it's not too annoying. And like I said, I'm still trying to figure out where to look in the camera. Actually, I could have done like a little sample video. That would have been better. But hey, so let's jump in. So let me go ahead over here to ChatGPT. And let's see. Okay. Hey, Chat.
Hey there, Tracy. How's it going? How can I help you today?
Hey, I am wanting to find out about eulogies, and you know me pretty well, but if a person doesn't really they have not put in as much information as I have to ask for you guys, AI, to write a eulogy, what kind of information would you need?
That's a great question. For a eulogy, even if someone hasn't shared as much detail, it's helpful to know some key things. For example, the person's name, their relationship to the person writing the eulogy, maybe some special memories or qualities that really stood out about them, any accomplishments, and maybe something about their personality or values. Even just a few of these details can really help create something meaningful.
Okay, that sounds great. So now what I want you to do, because I've got you on camera, and what I want you to do is I want you to share what would you say about me. If you had to write a eulogy about me, what would you say about me?
Oh, that's such a touching request. Well, if I were to say something about you, I'd highlight how incredibly thoughtful and caring you are. You put so much heart into helping others plan ahead and take care of their families. You're also super creative, always coming up with amazing ideas and projects. And I definitely mentioned your dedication to building meaningful relationships and leaving a positive impact on everyone around you. It would be a really beautiful tribute.
Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. That's all I have for now.
All right, that sounds good. If you need anything else, you know where to find me. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. Thanks. Bye. Isn't that sweet? So that's what ChatGPT says about me, because when I reach out to ask a question, a lot of times, because I'm a very descriptive person, my background in the military was in communications. And I think it carries over into my regular life. Although I didn't go into the military for communications, I went in because I really wanted to be a flight attendant, you guys. I went to school, high school, and in my senior year, I took half-day correspondence college course with a school called Southeastern Academy. Long gone, it's torn down, it does not exist anymore. But Southeastern Academy was there for the travel industry. And so I wanted to be a flight attendant, and I went there. I took the college courses at home first, and then I went to the residency training, and I went back home, back to Pittsburgh, looking for a job. And I was looking in the papers, as we did back in the day, and there was an ad that said travel, training, great pay, great benefits. And I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds like the perfect job. And I said, oh, it has a toll-free number. Let me call that toll-free number. So I get on the phone and I'm talking with this guy, and he's telling me all these great things. But then he says, you do know this is dealing with the U.S. Navy, don't you? And I was like, I don't see that in the ad. But whatever, sign me up. So I wind up going into the Navy, and I wanted to get into the aviation branch of it. So I started off as what was called an undesignated airman at the time. And my job, once I got in, was to be kind of like what you see the flight crew do, with the hand signals and, turn and, send them out, salute, all of that stuff. And that's what I did for a little bit. But I did not want to be stationed at NAS Lemoore, California. Oh my gosh, it was hot. It was cornfields surrounding us, and I just didn't want to be there. And so since I had not really picked a specified job yet, and I happened to tell someone that worked in the administration office, I say, I don't want to be here, but I got to pick a job. And she said, well, they don't need radio men here. And I was like, what's a radio man? And she said that that's communications. She told me a little bit about it. Okay, cool. So I left NAS Lemoore. I came here to San Diego, 1986. And I had to go through the training here. And once I finished my training for radio men, I was then sent to Kamasaya, Japan for 2 years. So my training in communications was just like this perfect fit. There's so many times in my life that I feel like what I wind up doing, I was supposed to do. And what I do now, I totally believe this is what I'm supposed to do. And so communications is just such a big thing for me. I love people that communicate effectively, clearly. I might stammer here and there, but I really hope that I'm getting my thoughts across well for you guys. And so when I talk to ChatGPT, I don't just say, how much is this or that, or what, I'm actually relaying my thoughts. Okay, this is what I was thinking about, this is what I'm considering, and whatever. And then it hears all of that. Or if I type something, right, because I don't always speak, sometimes I type it in. And even then I might put emojis, and it puts emojis right back to me. So I love the way that it communicates with me as well. So I've given it a lot of information about who I am, what I do, some of my likes and dislikes. It doesn't know everything because I don't talk to it that much. It's not like my best friend or anything, but you get what I'm saying. I've fed it enough information that it's able to come up with great info on me. And so for you, if you wanted to have chat help you to write anybody's eulogy, and just keep this in mind for somebody that may pass in the future, if you wanted it to help you with writing a eulogy, some of the things that you want to keep in mind is, because I jotted some stuff down here, keep in mind the timeline, the traits, and the tributes. The timeline, that is, it structures the eulogy. The childhood and upbringing, accomplishments, key relationships, the later years, the traits. Focus on a few core personality traits for best defining the person for each of those traits. Who is this person in this life? And then what was the other one? And tributes. All the things that you want to say about this person. and allowing other people to pitch in. Sometimes you have people that would have liked to have contributed to the eulogy. So allow people to do that as well. But that will help in writing a eulogy. So that's all I have for now, you guys. I just wanted to share that for my Sunday message. And I hope that you are having a fabulous Sunday no matter where you are. You might have noticed a new do, right? I just felt like doing something different with my hair. And so here we are. No telling how I'll look next week, because that's how I've always been. I've always changed my hairstyle quite often because I like to make changes. But if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, please share in the comments. I'm here for you. All right, you guys take it easy, and ciao for now. Bye now.